What is up, you guys? Daniel White Psychic. So, I was just recently asked to do a video on grief. So, I understand a lot of people are going through a lot of different types of grieving processes right now. And I just want to tell you that grief is a very important thing. It's a necessary thing in life. Um, it can be for a person, it could be for an animal, it could be for a loss of a job, any of it. Anything that's worth grieving over should be grieved over. It is a very healthy thing to do. Um, Not just for you, but it's also healthy for the spirits. Okay? Loved ones that have passed, and even animals that have passed. So, what else can I tell you? In Chinese medicine, we talk about the body having two souls, the Hun and the Po. We're talking about the Po right now. It is the part of the soul, your soul, that wants you to keep on living. And it just happens to be housed in the lungs. And the emotion for the lungs is grief. So when you have people that grieve, or even heavily, they get that feeling of, I don't want to live anymore. This is horrible. I don't want to live without this person anymore. I don't want to live without my animal anymore. I don't want to live without this career anymore. It's something that happens. So, and when you don't grieve, it becomes even worse. You keep it internalized, you're going to develop an internal disease. I guarantee it will be in the lungs. Happens all the time. You can even see it in medical records and even in some research where they say people who haven't properly grieved have a little bit of a stronger chance of actually developing respiratory issues, including lung cancer. So it's okay to cry. Let those tears out. Grieve for the person. Let it release, let it out. All right, that way you can be healthy mentally because of the grief and the depression that comes with it. Physically, so you don't develop any physical symptoms. And spiritually, okay, keeping that Po, that part of your soul, intact. So that way you want to continue on living. All right. Now, let's get into the other portion of this. How is it? How do we make sure that we're not overly doing it? How is it that we can grieve but for the benefit of the spirit itself? If you continuously be grieving all the time, year in, talking about for like years, even months, you're not allowing that person to rest. You're not allowing that animal to rest. It's because they are your family. They are someone that you loved and they loved you, and they don't want to leave your side. Even if they just have to leave your side for a few days in order to get things situated on their level, on their plane, on their vibration. And then they can visit you whenever you want. So grief is so important. And if you guys have seen my emotions video, you'll know when I get into this. Grief belongs to you. It is your emotion. It is grief comes with a sense of peace, because after you have that good cry, but in that sadness goes, you start to feel better, start to feel healthier. The day looks brighter. That's just how it works. I know. I've been through this process. I've been through it. And you know what? After a year, even after a couple of years, when some of those anniversaries come up that are special to that person, you're going to grieve a little bit more. And that's okay. That's healthy. That's normal. So grieve a little bit. All right. And especially right now, we're in the middle. Well, Hungry Ghost Month is like middle October, not October. I'm sorry, the middle of August into like the first couple of weeks of September. But from what I've noticed with all the different cultures, it's going to spread all the way into the first couple of days of November. So the spirits are much more active. So you might feel them even more, which might ramp up your grief even more. You might be thinking of them more, so it's going to ramp up your grieving even more. And that's okay. Shed those tears, be sad, and that's fine. Now, if you want to help with the grieving process and help to keep that memory alive, especially during these times, until about November 2nd, at the end of Dia de los Muertos, you can do this. Take one picture. One picture. I don't want all pictures and altars all throughout the house. One. And put it in a special place in the living room, somewhere close to the front door. Not like facing the front door, but close to it. Its own little space. I want you to put that picture of that person. And then I want you to put a couple white candles, or even put a candle of their favorite color. And then I want you to cook their favorite foods. And just leave it there. It's an offering to the spirit. And whoever's passed on has now become your ancestor. So it's an offering to an ancestor. It's a form of remembrance. It's like a little mini memorial. Okay, because that's what photos in the houses are. They're all mini altars. They're all forms of how do I put this? There's forms of remembrance. So, if you're feeling like the grief might be a little bit too much, and you just need that little bit of an extra assurance, it's just an extra little bit of a feeling good, and being able to get things going and to move forward in your life, go ahead and do these little altars, okay? I guarantee they'll help you. But just keep it to one spot. And because we have it near the front door, that lets the spirit know, or an ancestor know. It's like, hey, you're free to come and go whenever you want. But the spirits, our loved ones, never want us to dwell on them, to be just fully attached to them, because then they can't do the jobs that they're wanting to do or needing to do, because they might be guides for other people. All right, so it's okay. Let them go. Let them by letting them go, and you yourself knowing that they have the permission to come in and out of your place, lets things be a little bit easier for you. So go ahead, grieve. All right, cry. Set up a little mini altar. All right, and things are going to be much better. Trust me on this. Just don't hold on to them. Don't hold on to them to that in that way to where they feel like if I leave this person, they're going to do something to themselves. Time to move forward with your life. Okay? All right. I hope this all helped you guys. So, message me if you need me. Message any one of our cool people in the group, because we're all here for you. That's why we made this group. So, have an amazing day, and I'll see you all later. Bye.